there from herself. I wonder if one day I'm going to have to say to her, hey, Elizabeth, how you doing? No, Miss Elizabeth, we ain't going nowhere today. Miss Elizabeth, you okay? Because I looked into her eyes and I realized that she sees a stranger and not me. So I look into the mirror. And when I look into the mirror, I wonder to myself, is Alzheimer's coming for me? One day, will my children look at me and say, hey, Miss Karen, how you doing? Miss Karen, did you have a good day? Miss Karen, no, we're not going nowhere today. Will they have to take my keys? Will they have to fence me in? Will they have to deny me the sunlight? Because they looked into my face and I saw a stranger. I'm not sad, but I will admit I missed the days when my grandmother looked into my eyes and said, you child, come here. Because I honestly remember that you child, that day, was meant for me. Thank y'all. I saw somebody come in. If you guys want to get on the mic, I didn't know. Y'all good? Okay. Again, I always get emotional because it was interesting. And I would tell nobody. My grandmother was not, y'all know how you watch Medea? That was kind of like my grandma. My grandma was no nonsense grandmother. She didn't play that. You know, you wouldn't know. Not in Miss Hattie's house. And she literally did have a shotgun that she was very, very proficient with. So it was different to watch that strength become a child again. Because that's really what ends up happening as you watch them. And I do. Because I realized, like I said, when you trace your family, you notice there are things embedded in your family. And I didn't realize until I started talking to my mother that her grandmother suffered from the same thing. So it is, thank you. So to watch that progress through my family. And as I watch my mother get older, I promise you, anytime she forgets something, it plays in my head. Is she going to become the next victim? And I tell my children, I have warned my children, if I get to that place, my only wish, allow me to see the sunlight every day. Just push me in, bring me back out. I just want to know I felt some sun that day. Because my grandmother, regardless, until she got to the very end, she was something. She still kept moving and she still kept going. So again, a blessing, a blessing, a blessing. I'm going to do one more piece for you. And I'm going to let Mr. Calhoun come up and bless us a little bit. And then we'll open it back up. If anybody wants to come back up and say anything, we'll allow them. And then if not, we'll come back up and kind of do a little word play for you. So you'll give us a word and we'll word play off of it. And then y'all decide who did a better job. Because contrary to what Mr. Jimmy Wright said, I think I won the last time. I'm just going to put that out there.
Say what you want.
See, look at that. All right. One more piece for you. And then I'm going to give, as I said, I'm going to give him a chance to come up and give you some as well. One of the things that I think we don't like to deal with in the black community is colorism. We kind of act like it doesn't, some of us act like it doesn't exist. Some of us is like, oh, there's no such thing. Some of us embrace it and try to deal with it and try to educate and change the mind frame of so many people so that they understand that it is a real thing. So a lot of times it's overshadowed by racism because it does get overshadowed, but it is a thing. And for my family growing up, we were the darker set, my mother's and father's children. I have both my parents. I grew up in a two-parent household. And my father is very dark skinned. I'm dark, my father is darker. And they laughing because that's my family, so they know. So he, in fact, was the darkest one of his sisters and brothers. So we would go to Savannah sometimes and, hee hee ha ha, the black women group. Sometimes we go on my mother's side, hee hee ha ha, the black people in the group. So you dealt with it. So I'm a poet. So in poets, the way that we deal with everything, write about it, and then go from there. So that's what I did. I was sitting down one day and I wrote about it. So here it goes. I did not learn to hate the color of my skin from television or social media. I did not learn to hate it from Hispanics or Asians or even white people. I learned to hate the color of my skin from my own people, and I often hear people say that I should not blame this treatment on them. I should blame it on slavery or Jim Crow or Willie Lynch. But when you are 7 years old, those concepts do not exist. And all you know was that the people that are constantly degrading you don't really look like you, but they are the same race as you, and all you could be is confused. See, when I asked, they would simply say, oh, I'm brown or tan, butterscotch or red, light bright or damn near white, any color other than black. Because God, see, he don't like black people. And because, see, I clearly fit into the category of black, they threw their stones in the form of words. Go back into the bathroom and wash your neck. There is no way you could possibly be that black. You don't need a hat when you go outside and play, girl. You already black. Don't get too close to that one. That black just might rub off. And see, at 7, I was supposed to understand that my people didn't mean what they said. It was just the result of being raped and beaten, treating less than human, the result of single parent homes, parents strung out on drugs, constant oppression, physical abuse, mental abuse, being poor, being born brown, caramel, tan, butterscotch, red, light bright, damn near white, any color other than black. Because see, God, he don't like black people. So when I got older, my people would say to me, hey sis, stay woke. And I kept wondering, when did I fall asleep? Was it when I found comfort in different races, in men with different various shades of black faces? Because see, I needed to be loved. I needed to share what was shared between lovers, and I guess I was not woke enough for my black brothers. Maybe it was because I decided to become friends with Becky with the good hair, because see, she never seemed to have a problem with the color of my skin or the kink in my hair. Or maybe it was because, see, Becky, she wasn't brown or tan, butterscotch or red, light bright or damn near white, any color other than black, because God don't like black people. And forgive me, but apparently I am supposed to not to be pro-black. And excuse me for saying that, but what the fuck do you mean? I don't remember seeing your face when I was denied a seat on the bus, not by a different race, but by my own people. Where were you when I was being degraded and felt to be less than human, looked up and down only because I wasn't light, bright, tan, damn near white? See, I was black. And God, he don't like black people. And to help me understand, where were you when I was supporting black business, but when I needed your help, you were nowhere to be found? How is it that you could call my name when you needed $1, but I couldn't call you when I needed a dime? Oh, I get it. I ain't woke enough. I ain't black enough. I ain't pro-black. See, the voices that called me Uncle Tom, they came from the faces that claimed to be brown or tan, caramel or butterscotch, red, white, red, light bright, or damn near white, any color other than black, because God don't like black people. And it was okay, because neither does my own people. Thank y'all so much, so much, so much for allowing me to say my pieces for you.
Yes.
And we're going to bring up Mr. Calhoun, and it was only right that I give him the same introduction that he gave for me. I've known Mr. Calhoun for about 2 years now. As he said, met through poetry, and I've come to understand that the poetry world in Columbia is big, small. Y'all know how that is. You know, everybody know everybody, but it's a small community, and you kind of get in where you fit in. So I'm trying to get in, but I ain't there all the way yet. But he has been doing poetry, like he said, for a very long time. So when we met, he was like, "You're from Columbia?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm a poet in Columbia. I'm from Allendale, but I'm a poet here in Columbia." And he was like, "But I know all the poets in Columbia." I said, "Well, nope." So meeting him, we have, like he said, graced many stages. I've watched him perform. He supported me, I supported him. And then we came here, and Mr. Jimmy Wright and Miss Angela Wright were nice enough to open this venue to allow us to come and just allow people a chance to get their words out, to speak, to sing, to rap, to get all of those forms of spoken word and energy out. So I'm going to bring him up and allow him to do his thing. And then after him, like I said, we're going to open the floor back up to anybody that wants to perform. And then we're going to do a word play. Y'all going to give us a word and we're going to play off of it. All right? All right? Come on up, Mr. Calhoun. Give him a hand as he comes.
Y'all good?
Yeah.
Y'all enjoyed that?
Yeah.
One time for Miss Cameron Joyner. Y'all make some noise. I don't need the mic. I have a big mouth, but I'm going to use it anyway. Sorry, it's a slamming me. Gotta get your mic together. Shout out to my family that's in the building, all my former and current co-workers, good people, everybody that's here. I'm gonna do about 5 pieces. They're not long, they're not short. They're kind of somewhere there. I'm gonna give you as much energy as I got. I'm excited personally. Just before I go in poetry, I'm on vacation. I've been working since I was a little boy, about 12 years old. I have been working consistently since I was 12 years old. So I'm on vacation for the entire week, and after this week, I'll be having surgery on my knee. I have a torn meniscus in my left leg. Been dealing with pain, been dealing with a lot of things, but I'm grateful, and I'm here. And I always tell anybody that, like I said earlier, like, I don't know if this will be the last time you will hear me or the last time I get to speak. So with that being said, I'm about to spit my guts out to y'all. Y'all about to get this work. All right. At 3:26 in the morning, I find myself in mourning, crying and weeping for a man that I was gunned down, weeping for a child, how easy that could have been me. Not too long ago, that was me. Face down in Brooklyn streets with guns to the back of my head, knee firmly to the small of my back as I fit the profile or the description of some brother. No, not related to my mother that looked like me. I find myself angry at a justice system filled with injustices, spewing with corruption, hell-bent on our destruction, because there's a war going on outside, no man safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever with your cell phone out while the man say, please don't shoot, while police still execute our children right in front of our eyes. And I couldn't believe my eyes when Eric Gardner cried, I can't breathe. Was dragged to the floor, restricted his movements with chokeholds applied that look like nooses that hang from trees in the deep south. No, this isn't Rodney King. This is Sean Bell, Eleanor Bumpers, Trayvon Martin. This is riots and fire sparking. This is cities and states in unrest. This is riots and protests. This is change that was promised but never delivered with Obama. This is rage against the machine. Welcome to the Tether Dome. It's time to bring the drama. This is Black Panther. Let's take up arms without suits of armor. This is for mothers, children, and fathers who lost their loved ones because officers look like overseers on these modern day plantations. This is hope that freedom will come. These are the prayers that I pray for our daughters and sons. That's that piece. Y'all want to have a seat? Y'all don't have to stand. It's too hot to stand. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you like, yeah, you know, but please find y'all a seat. Appreciate y'all for coming.
I ain't bother you.
Oh, no, you're good. Okay. You're good. I just want to make sure everybody's comfortable. See, sometimes I have some, like I said, I got this thing with my knee, but I also had about 8 months, I had an ulcer, open ulcer in this right leg. And I lost the poem, but I still remember the one fragmented piece. I've been doing poetry here for so long. I wrote it in a poem that sometimes I can't feel my legs. I'm numb from legs down. So, like I said, it takes a lot. I've had hernia surgery. My breathing's changed, but I don't care. I swear I don't. I swear when I meet God, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give him a piece. He's gonna be like, I know what you was about to say, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I know, but yo, give me some snaps though, God. Give me some snaps, God. Stop playing, God. You know that was dope. You gave it to me. All right, this poem is called The Matrix. I'm disconnecting myself from the Matrix. I no longer want to be a part of this fakeness of fraudulent fallacies and facades where phony people front like your friends, but in the end, they pray for your demise. You know these guys. They smile in your face. All the while want to take your place. The backstabbers, the bum bastards that be where you at to see you grind to try to steal your shine. But they can't do it like me. They can't get it like mine. I'm designed from a mold that's broken, cut from a different cloth. These copies try to do it like me, but I do it like I'm a boss. Yes, I'm original. With all thick and material. Lines are designed come from a mind manifested from a miracle. So haters, I have no fear of you. Don't like you and don't care for you because this it's not a competition. This is more like an exhibition of the inner workings of one's heart, soul, and mind. Sometimes I ask myself, what am I writing for? Because I find myself getting pinned against other people that push pens on paper. Like-minded, but not like me, you see. My goal and vision for this art form is different. I see spoken word in huge venues with large stages where people come for the word which will inspire them and lead them in amazement. Yet we barely pack intimate venues with small stages where poets bare their souls and expose their rib cages. It's like if a tree falls in the forest, doesn't make a sound, and no one's around to hear it. It's going to take unity and perseverance and spoken word to grow. This is what I'm writing for. This is worth fighting for. So when you see us on the road, this is what we're riding for. This is why I live, and yes, this is worth dying for. If you don't believe me, ask 25 to life, Tavis Brunson and the homie Will Bell, because all the way up to their demise, they kept it real. This is for my spoken word warriors that do this for the love, that come through and represented every spoken word show and club, that may do a feature for a place to stay or something to eat. They might sell a chapbook, t-shirt, wristband, or CD. They don't sell it for the money. Because when you purchase a poet's product, it's like you get a piece of that poet. But why is it poets don't get paid for the poetry they produce? It takes hard work and dedication. The scribe scripts for the edification of man, woman, and child. Meanwhile, coons get cash for shucking and jiving. I know full-time poets that's barely surviving. Something's got to change when we can reach our potential and attain our goals, maintain our integrity, and still keep our souls. I want to dedicate whatever this is and however you feel about it to Tessica Williams, who I lost last year, Christmas Eve, to my brother Tavis Brunson, who's buried over here on Fairfield Road. It's the reason why I have the bat symbol on my hand. It's on his tombstone. I actually carried my brother to his final resting place. Tavis Brunson and Lady Tess, YouTube them, get to know them. Two of the greatest poets that I've ever had a witness to share a stage with, have a laugh with, and cuss with. I dedicate it to them. I dedicate it to all the poets that has come before me. I honor all the poets that's come before me. The poetry scene here has been amazing. So many different people here. Please get with me and get with Karen, and I'll let you know if you want to know. There's musicians here, Mike Stone, Terrence Young, Dante Lewis. There's a Micah Blandon. We're going to be bringing these things here to this space and this venue, and we appreciate everything that y'all doing with us, all the support. Please come back and tell people because this is the only way we're going to get it to grow. We're doing it online as well, so people do not feel, because I know with Corona, everything's going on, I know people are still leery about coming out, but as you see, we're trying to make sure, even though we're intimate, we're trying to keep it as clean and as sanitary and socially dope as possible. Socially dope. I like socially dope. Not social distance, social dopeness. All right, so I'm gonna have to coin that. All right. 3 pieces. Ladies first. I dedicate this to my cousin Queen Pen. To the female MC, where have you gone? This game is taking away your sound. The game was digital and you went underground. All we hear nowadays is Nicki Minaj. Whatever happened to Lady of Rage, Gangsta Boo, and the Boss? Sweet Tea, Nikki D, Bahamadia, and Link Q. To the female MCs, come back, we miss you. We missing those days when ladies came first. Queen Latifah from Only Love represented on the verse. Miss Melody stated she was a born-again rebel. When MC Light blammed through the speaker with Roughneck, I had to turn up the bass and adjust the treble. Foxy Brown, Rod Digger, and EVE, and I can't ever forget Little Kim, the Queen Bee. Fox held it down with MOP and JD. Wouldn't have blown if it wasn't the help of the BRAT. Conscious Daughters 357 and JJ Fab represented the West Coast with a pen and a pad from South Central low riding in a fofo. Ice Cube said you couldn't play with my yo-yo. See, I understood when Lauryn Hill got miseducated. Some of our female rappers were the truth and somewhat underrated. They got wiped out and degraded by the gain of the other man's pockets. Example, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, and see somebody gotta stop it, but you don't because you buy it and you watch it. Y'all want our female rappers to shake their thing and push it good, but when the desire to expire self-expression is on the shelf, you going back to your hood. See, the industry won't stand for real lyricists like Sonya Blade, Lady Luck, Remy Ma, and Jean Grey. It's about being the baddest bitch like Trina. It's a personification of cash, cars, and clothes. The implosion from infighting, calling each other bitches and hoes. See, they love when the female MC beef with one another, knowing that y'all representations of our daughters, sisters, and mothers. It was cool to be a gangster bitch and hang with the brothers. Now to the female MCs, you barely know y'all names. Y'all misdemeanors in the game and y'all can't stand the rain. Has MC Trouble, Left Eye, and Miss Melody's work been in vain? Because today she's plastic like Barbie. No heart, no soul, no brain. To the female MC, you can do it again. Please take your place back in the game and take your place as our rightful queens. If not for me, for hip hop. For nonchalant, Roxanne, Shantae, and Shyrock. For my cousin Queen Pen, the 5-footers, and LaShawn, and to all the countless female MCs I didn't list in this poem. So a little tidbit on some hip hop history. Y'all remember the song Doing It? That's LaShawn. LaShawn was pregnant. You'll never see her in the video because she was pregnant at the time. And that's the one who penned that joint. Yeah. She's penned a lot of joints, but yeah, that was LaShawn. People are like, who LaShawn? I'm lost on LaShawn. I gotta find who that is. Alright, y'all good? Yeah. I'm not boring nobody? No. Good, I'm up here burning these calories too. I'm 50 pounds down too. I'm 50 pounds down. That's the good news. Y'all heard about my bad legs this whole time. Hear about something good. I'm doing this keto and intermittent fasting. I gotta keep a promise to my son. This dog tag I wear is from him, Father's Day. It's me holding him when he was a little fella. Now he's 6'3", 220, senior in high school. And I promised him that when he graduates high school, that half of me is going to show up. So I started at 472, and right now I'm in the low 4s, trying to get to them 3s. About goal weight about 290, 250. Yeah, so I'll be skinty enough to get on a roller coaster with him. You know, I want to see some grandkids. Not no time soon. No. Boy, you want great? No. But yeah, it's a process, and I'm gonna keep up with it. All right, I got 2 more pieces with y'all, and we're gonna move on. We got some people, and if y'all want to get back up, second generation. Okay, see, yeah. We just waiting, yeah. All right. All right, the next poem is called State of Emergency, and then I'm going to end on some light note. I'm going to give you heavy, and then I'm going to give you light. There's American flags soaked in American blood for those that died for a country that don't give a damn about them. There are young men and women nowhere near the prime of their years, lives cut short, as well as their limbs, dreams, and aspirations, due to the countless toils of the countless wars they boldly and proudly serve. No parade can heal the shock of your buddy getting blown away. Face to face, now your face is distorted from landmines and hand grenades. Nations where people peacefully stayed are transformed into mass graves from bombs being laid. No, tragedy is just not Pearl Harbor in the world trade. It's all over the world. It's people shooting up schools, killing innocent boys and girls, while halfway across the world, little boys and girls are made to be slaves for blood diamonds. I'm telling you, y'all. It makes me want to holler. No amount from FEMA can replace what was lost in Sandy and Katrina, because the last time I checked, life is priceless and nothing can fill a hole in your soul when you see your child laying lifeless. This is a state of emergency. We are a world in crisis. They say these are the last days, so if so, we are the last poets in the revolution. Will be televised on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Even Batman can't save us from rampages in the movie theater. There's revolt in Egypt. There's conflict in Syria. The FBI in New Jersey's made a Assad Shakur out to be the new Hitler. The Boston Marathon, there was casualties and victims. Everybody's pointing their fingers, it's the man and he's Illuminati, and we're all just products of the system, segregated and separated by race, gender, sexual preference, and religion. On Fox News, everyone spews their views, but no one's listening, and all I see being built is less schools and more prisons. Political pundits are nothing but puppets with sponsoring corporations. There is no 40 acres in the mule. There are no reparations. We're a lost generation. More concerned with World Star than getting an education. More concerned with celebrities while watching Big Brother or The Rat Race, while inner city projects resemble slave ships and sagging pants is the new blackface. Something needs to be done to ease the pain. So freedom fighters that march steps won't be in vain. We're all doomed to face the history of those unjustly slain. Republicans and Democrats are like Bloods and Crips, repping their political gangs, backbiting and backstabbing one another for their own political gain. We're still slaves, free to walk around, but our minds are in chains. I can work a full-time job and still be one check away for bumming for change. Obamacare, no one cares. Healthcare will never change. Bullets made from the audible ball of rain. Malcolm X's grandson was slain. A king's dreams deferred is knowing that the more things change, the more they stay the same. Rest in peace to Malcolm Shabazz. Malcolm Shabazz was the only living grandson, the only living male of Malcolm X. He is the one who set the fire, who Betty Shabazz ran into said fire, got most of her body burned, and then subsequently passed. What happens is he was dealing with mental illness, but not only that, he was later on in his young life was finding his self-awareness of who he was and recognizing his lineage. And he was so supposedly killed over a bar tab in El Paso. The reason why too many people didn't make noise about it is because, just like Dave Chappelle said, when Michael Brown was killed, the young man that was in Ohio didn't get the press. Trayvon was the story, and Malcolm Shabazz was just a snippet. And nobody really made the noise about how of an important murder that was. The grandson of they was afraid. They let all the women live. Covilla and all the women are alive. They're here, but they couldn't have a Malcolm X 2.0. They couldn't do it, so he had to go. So rest in peace to Malcolm Shabazz. I'm gonna do this last piece, and I'm gonna end on a good note, and we're gonna move forward with the show. Y'all good?
Great.
Good. I'm sweating my perm out right now, so it's all good. All right, let's go back, y'all. And if you ain't old enough to go back, just remember what you can remember. I want to go back like playing hide and go seek, or Skelly in the street, or when girls play hopscotch with jellies on their feet, and back when we wore 8-ball, triple fat goose members only in starter jackets. Can't forget Hugo Boss, Mecca Maurice Malone, guest used and damaged. I want to go back when Will Smith was known as the Fresh Prince, and rappers made songs that made sense, and back when we said our prayers before I went to sleep, cause I prayed to the Lord my soul, he keeping my He-Man Smurf and Sesame Street sheets. I want to take it back in the days, especially had it made, and Johnny Kemp just got paid, and we had dance battles at the house party like Kid and Play, and we played movies like Wild Style, Crush, Groove, Breaking, and Beat Street, and we wore a fresh pair of Lotto's, Chucks, and Pumas on our feet. Back like the origins of hip-hop, fat gold chain and the Casio wristwatch, Troop Souvalon, Fila flip-flops, like playing our Maxell and our TDK tape to our tape pop. Cardboard covered the floor when we break dance the pop lock. When a needle touched the record, you heard mic check 1, 2, and you don't stop. So let's go back in the days of Curtis Blow ruled the world, and damn near everybody and their mama had a Jerry curl. Back like schoolyard fights and riding your dirt bike, and this is how you hollered at that girl you like. Hey, yo, Karen. Do you like me? Check yes, no, maybe. Because back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Some days I sit and wish I was a... I want to go back like chasing an ice cream truck down the block and block parties, and how your chest burned when you took your first sip of Bacardi at the house party, while Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh saying Lottie Dottie, door knocking earrings, striped shirts, airbrush jeans, and polka dots, summertime cookouts, pina colada and cherry ices when the icy man came on your block, Boston baked beans, super bubbles, annihilators, sweaters with press on letters. We did the WAP, the Running Man, the Patty Duke, and the mashed potato. I want to go back when Shell Toes was the best shoe. Watch the Saturday morning cartoons, Bugsy, Tweety, Dungeons and Dragons, and Scooby Doo, Frosted Flakes, Rice Krispies with hella sugar, and Captain Crunch. Man, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch. Lee's, Levi's, Jordans, cross colors, and call canals. We used to say words like he's dope, she's whack, he's fresh, she's fly. We played a dozen so bad we make a little sucker cry. But talk about my mother and you get punched in your eye. I used to watch the old heads on the corner shoot dice, drink, and get high. I used to watch Dr. J take it to the sky, and then the game changed when Air Jordan came in '85. We used to rock the Caesars with the ball fades, Gumby slopes, flat tops, and corn braids. BD was a sickness before we got hit with HIV/AIDS. I'm talking about the Cold War, Reaganomics, and when crack came out. Low lies and Decepticons banged out, and we rocked them belt buckles with our name out. Playing the rock on the Himalaya. Rakim was my favorite rhyme sayer. Listening to Marley Marl and Mr. Magic on my boombox tape player. I'm taking it back like fishermen hats, kangos, and gazelles. When ladies love Cool James was bad, he needed love, and he rocked the bells. Girls used to stand bow-legged with baby powder necks playing, double dutch rocking, 54 leather Reeboks. I remember going to the corner store to buy your Philly blunt, your bamboo paper to roll that joint from the weed spot. I want to go bad light, red light, green light. Like my first kiss and my first fight. Like you better bring your ass in this house before they turn on them street lights. Because back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Some days I sit and wish I was a... And everybody say, I remember way back when. Everybody say, I remember way back when. And everybody say, I remember way back when. Back in the days, back in the days. I'm also your host, Bugsy Calhoun. Thank you for your time and your listening here. I'm gonna get all this good DNA off this microphone for the next part to come spit. And I'm gonna bring up my host, my co-host, Miss Karen Joyner. Y'all give me 1 second. Y'all good? Yes. Having a good time? Yes. Love God? Yes. God love you? Yes. Got a job? Or you getting unemployment? Yes. All right. Somewhere in the middle. Got to hustle? Either way. Oh, I want to shout out my nephew Justin. He's a dope painter. He does airbrush on jeans. He does sneakers. He do stuff that he don't even know he do yet. That young man right there did a whole set of jeans for Karen, airbrush with the old school bubble style. Yes, hit that young man up, and he'll do something custom for you if you like. So, and he got some work that he can show you. So yeah, we got painters and we got poets and we got singers in the building. So, welcome to the stage, Karen Joyner.
Alright, so maybe, he did his thing just now. So maybe he might have did a little something.
I wasn't better than you.
No,
like
never.
Last time.
Never.
Like last time.
Alright, but we appreciate again all that he has and all that he brings to the stage. And I keep learning from him. I do. But I'm my own artist. But he, every now and again I pick up a little something. So next up, we have a few more people that have come in, so we're gonna allow them to bless the mic. So coming up first, please put your hands together for Whisper. Did I do it right?
Even though you whisper, say it with your chest. You need help with that mic?